Hey everybody, today is the day. Welcome to the debut episode of Jelly Side Up with a side of scotch. I'm thrilled to be here. This is way outside my comfort zone, but let's have some fun. Let me introduce you to myself. My name is Lisa Olick. I wear many hats. I am an artist and a justice of the peace and a part-time bookkeeper. I'm also an author. I write steamy romance novels. I have 11 titles currently. Um, I'm branching out into historical fiction. But that is not what this channel is about. This channel is the fulfillment of a promise that I made to my aunt years and years ago. I believe at my heart I am a storyteller, and my aunt always told me that my life was a sitcom. She loved listening to my stories of my kids growing up and crazy things that happened to me. And so she made me promise that I would write those stories down. And I started to. I started a nonfiction book called Jelly Side Up um, quite a while ago. But these are the stories I tell at parties. These are the stories after I've had a drink or two. And I realized very quickly that I tell these stories much better than I write them. So I thought YouTube and a podcast might be the perfect platform for that. So here we are. Um, I know nothing about filming or editing or anything, um, but I figured I would make the leap and learn as I went. So be kind in the comments, and we can do this journey together. Um, but as I say, this was a promise I made to my aunt. I adored her. Um, she was one of my biggest supporters, my biggest cheerleaders, and my only regret is that my first book didn't publish until after she passed. But it is dedicated to her, as this channel is dedicated to both she and my uncle, because my uncle is where the Scotch part comes in. Um, I adored him as well. I had a crush on him when I was 5. He was tall, dark, handsome. Of course, for a 5-year-old, he was very tall, but he wasn't a tall man at all. Um, but to me, he was. He was always 8 foot tall. I truly adored him, and uh, we lost him a few years ago. He outlived my aunt by several years, and um, their their love story was one that I kind of watched from afar and envied because it was wonderful. But my uncle was a very particular man, and he was an architect, so everything in his life was very ordered and very precise and very scheduled. And I know that drove a lot of people crazy, my aunt included, but I found it very comforting. There was something endearing about his predictability and how he lived his life day to day. Uh, for example, his after lunch every day, he would have 2 cookies, two, not 6, not 4, not 2. Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy was his brand. I even tried making him homemade chocolate chip cookies once, and he didn't want them. He wanted his Chips Ahoy, um, and I was fine with that. Uh, at 5 o'clock, he had a scotch on the rocks. 5 o'clock. Set your watch. It was 5 o'clock, um, and he had a scotch, and never 2, never 3. Um, he never overindulged, but truly, you could set your watch. I was also born on my aunt and uncle's anniversary, which always made it special. One thing he wasn't so precise about, however, was remembering birthdays and anniversaries. So when I would call them on their anniversary, um, most likely to thank my aunt for a gift she had sent me for my birthday, he would answer the phone and I would say happy anniversary, and his first words were, because he had forgotten. It's like, quick, quick, put down the phone, run outside, run, go get something. Um, but I think that was one of his only flaws in my eyes. Um, but when he passed away, his memorial service happened to be on my birthday, and it wasn't the way I wanted to celebrate, but I was there. And at 5 o'clock, we decided that we would all raise a glass to him of his favorite scotch, and we cracked open a new bottle of Dewar's because that was his brand, and we all raised a glass to him. His favorite toast was to good health, and so we toasted him, and everyone touched glasses. Now, I wasn't a scotch drinker, and I really didn't think I would like it, so um, I tossed it. I just chugged it back, and my my cousin was slightly horrified and leaned over and said, I think you were supposed to sip that. And I said, well, I think I'll sip the next one because I kind of like that. And I've been a scotch drinker ever since. Used to be one of those Cosmo girls, but now there's nothing more slightly badass, if I can say, um, to ordering a scotch on the rocks. Um, anyway, every now and then, I'm not a 5 o'clock drinker, but every now and then when I do have a scotch, I remember him fondly. And at 5 o'clock, I raise a glass to him and toast to good health. So, as I said, this channel is dedicated to the two of them. And I think this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you to like or subscribe or do whatever. I'm thrilled if you join me for this. Uh, I'm planning to drop a new episode every Sunday, um, and just tell you stories. If I make you smile, great. If I make you laugh, even better. In this crazy world, we need all the laughter we can get, and I'm hoping I bring some of that to you. So let's see where this goes. In a year, I could have 1 million subscribers, uh, and my own line of merch. Or I could be sitting in this room talking to myself, drinking in the dark. Um, Either way is fine with me. So let's have some fun with this and see where it goes. So truly, uh, once a week, I really hope you pull up a chair, grab your favorite drink, and let me tell you a story. So until next week, I love you all, and I wish you well, and I toast you to good health.